Hey, Paul, I know something that will make you feel so young.
Okay, good.
You ready?
Lay it on me.
We are going to take you to the oldest bar.
Older than moi?
Yeah, and me too. The Slippery Noodle. You've heard of it, right?
Yeah, what a history.
Oh my gosh, it's a historic place, and you're going to find out all about it. I hope you've been.
The Slippery Noodle Inn was originally founded in 1850 as the Tremont House. It is listed in the National Register of Historic Places and is considered Indiana's oldest continually operated bar in its original building.
So the building was established in 1850, and the reason that the Noodle can claim that we're the oldest bar in Indiana is because ever since liquor licensing was a thing, we've had a continually operated liquor license. It's never lapsed. And then during the Prohibition era, they were still making whiskey in the basement. So it's always been churning out booze since 1850.
The Noodle is the oldest commercial building left standing in Indianapolis, and the Tremont House sign painted on the north side of the building dates back to the 1850s. The ceiling in the front bar room is made of pressed tin. It was installed circa 1890. The Tiger Oak bar and back bar are well over 100 years old and believed to be original. The trough at the edge of the bar, that was used as a cash register in the olden days. The honor system worked, and so did a Colt 45. What we now know as the Noodle has had many identities over the years. The Yegi family bought the bar in late 1963, taking final possession on Friday, December 13th. The Slippery Noodle Inn was named by the current owner, Hal's dad, after a lengthy family debate.
So we're in the original part of the Slippery Noodle Inn here, but
Correct.
it's since expanded. You have lots of different areas now. What else are we going to find out here?
Hal took over the bar in 1985 after his father's death, and since that time, it has grown from a one-room lunch counter into the Midwest premier blues club.
He took over in the 80s, and that was when the blues were taking over, like Roseanne started getting popularity, and the blues genre just was getting more and more popular. And he tagged onto that and started hosting blues music on this stage. But now we have 2 live stages that we host live music 7 nights a week.
In 1987, the Slippery Noodle moved to playing blues all the time. It didn't take long for blues musicians to hear about the new kid on the blues block. They knew they needed to expand, and the backstage was added the next year.
This building is huge.
It's got a lot of nooks and crannies. I say it's like an English muffin. It is very big. We sit on half a city block.
Who are some of the celebrities that come hang out at the Slippery Noodle Inn?
Probably my most memorable were Jimmy Fallon came through during Super Bowl, and then one night after hours, the Roots got up and played. So that was really cool. The Blues Brothers band has played here before, and Tim Robbins was here one time. He's one of my favorites.
I can only imagine the electricity in this place with Dan Aykroyd on stage.
There's some history in this room too, right? Somewhere I hear there's like bullets in a wall or something.
So this room used to be horse stables. So when it was an inn, people would leave their horses in here overnight. The balcony was actually a hayloft. And then this brick wall over here, there's still a shotgun blast out of the wall, as well as a few bullets still embedded in the wall. With the rumor being that the Dillinger gangs and the Brady gangs used to hang out back here and use it as target practice.
Ooh, I wonder who they missed.
That's what I always said. Is it target practice? Was there someone standing there? I don't know. We're rumored to be haunted. If Hal were giving you this interview, he would say we are absolutely haunted. I've heard there's 13 different entities in the building. Back here, they say Sarah is back here. There's George in the basement. There's the Shadow Man, the Boss Man.
Not all of the history in this building is so self-explanatory. Sometimes you have to get the full story, like what exactly is going on in the basement. So Sarah leads us to
the creepiest spot in the bar. This was a documented way station on the Underground Railroad as well. We're right next to the train station, so slaves would hide out in this building to catch a train north. I don't know what it is about this room. I've been here for 14 years and not stepped foot in this room.
I don't know what went on in here, but something sure did.
Being in business as long as it has, every corner, nook, and cranny has a story.
The whiskey still, and then just again to represent that they were turning out booze down here during Prohibition, and it just looks really neat down here now.
Wow.
Need proof the Slippery Noodle is Indiana's oldest bar? Here it is.
We've renovated this room to look like the period of the late 1800s. Everything has stayed true to the time, and it's all antique. This chandelier was gas converted to electric, and the wallpaper, like you said, this felt wallpaper is amazing.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and then just the little bed and the tall ceilings, and again, this is just something people want to see on the tours.
Yeah. So, how long was this a brothel?
Until 1953, there was a fight over one of the girls. Two guys got in a fight, and one guy stabbed and killed another guy and left his knife in the bar. There's still the little mark in the bar where you can see where that happened, and then the city shut down the brothel.
So, is Sarah hanging out with us now?
I've never seen any of the ghosts.
Because it just got really cold in here. Like, I have a coat on, and it just went.
You're gonna give me
Temperature dropped.
goosebumps, but I've never seen any of the ghosts. I can't emotionally handle something like that.
I can feel it. Not gonna lie. Might need to grab that sage that's right outside the door.
We could burn the sage to clear everything out.
Or we could just go downstairs and have a beer and just kind of shake it all out.
Like it never happened. That sounds good.
All right, that's a plan. For Boomer TV, I'm Mel McMahon from the Slippery Noodle Inn.